You throw over $1,000 a month into local wishing wells.
Of course, you idiot, because I'm wishing for more money.
This is the Keeping Your Money Show with Jamie Westenberger and Bart Steindler.
All right, welcome back to the Keeping Your Money Show. Jamie Westenberger, joined as always by Bart Steindler. If you're just tuning in, we were talking about an NFL player who, had some really good ideas on how to protect himself from running out of money. We also were discussing this concept of comparing returns. How did my account A do versus my account B, and how that can put you in a predicament of not getting the kind of performance that you want.
So we compared that to a baseball team, so we kind of had a sports theme going on the first two stories there.
Right. We should have played, Take Me Out to the Ball Game or something,
Yeah.
In regards to that, we get a lot of feedback from many of you, our listeners, that say, man, I love the information that comes from your show. I wish I could call in and ask a question on the show. We don't take call-ins, not because we don't want to talk to you, but it's an hour long, and pretty soon an hour-long show just becomes 3 call-ins, and we don't get any information that we want to actually do. But we do want to give you an opportunity to maybe have a conversation with us. You can do that like you always can do it. You can call us at 888-98-MONEY. That's 888-986-6639. Schedule an appointment, come in for a free review. Maybe you want a second opinion. Maybe you need a first opinion. You've been doing it all yourself. But we're going to offer you another opportunity as well, and that is on August 7th and 9th, Western Michigan University on Beltline. We're going to be doing, we almost should call it like a town hall, right? You know how politicians have town halls, where you can just come in a really casual setting. We're going to have maybe some coffee and cookies. We're not going to feed you a steak dinner like all these people sending you postcards in the mail. This isn't a seminar trying to convince you that one product is what you should be buying. It's just a way to talk about the things that we see so many people facing, whether it's questions about Social Security or it's designing, okay, I have this amount of money now. How do I turn this into income? What does this look like? What's my retirement income story? So opportunity to come. Seating is limited. You do need to RSVP, but you can get more information by giving us a call, 888-98-MONEY, or you can go on our website, on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/Keeping Your Money, and you will see a link there for more information as well.
And this will be somewhat interactive, am I right?
Yeah, very interactive.
Yeah.
Questions. I'm going to ask people for topics they'd like to talk about. We'll write them down and make sure they get covered. So this isn't a PowerPoint. This isn't a sit there and listen to me tell you why you should use me as your financial guy for an hour. It's nothing like that. It's different. If you've ever been to a financial seminar, you will walk away from this and think this is nothing like
totally different.
What I was expecting when I showed up.
Right.
And the reason is, and it ties so well into this next article that we want to discuss, our industry needs to change. Our industry needs to stop saying they're going to change, and they need to actually change. It's almost like politicians, right? Politicians come out, this is the new deal with America. This is us turning over a new leaf. We are never going to lie to you again. And then we're gonna lie to you, or
we're gonna quit wasting your money,
right?
And then they go on waste our money until the next election, and they say, you know what, we're really not gonna waste your money anymore. We're serious about it now.
I saw some of the candidates, not to get off topic, but some of the candidates for governor who are already in politics,
right,
talking about their plans for saving Flint's water situation and everything. And I'm like, you're already in government. You can still enact those plans without being governor.
Right.
If you're a senator, or you can nominate legislation to fix that problem. You don't have to be governor. But so what this all goes to, a national company, and I'm going to specifically say, I don't know if these allegations of this company are true, and quite frankly, it's irrelevant to the conversation. Yahoo highlighted some whistleblowers that have come forward, some former personnel and employees at a national financial company whose name is irrelevant. You can find the article very easily. And what they found was some of the practices that were just standard place there were a little bit surprising, maybe to people who don't work in financial services. Bart and I read it, kind of nodded our heads and said, sounds about right.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, this business that you trust to ensure your retirement many times at some of these companies have exactly the type of things that they've highlighted in this article. And you'll say, well, what are those things? How about talking to you about managing your portfolio like the person sitting in front of you is responsible for managing it, but in reality it's an algorithm and everybody uses the algorithm. There were people that talked about they'd been with the company 20 years and were asked to basically not talk to the client about the fact that they had moved to an algorithm-based way of investing. Not that the algorithm is bad. It, in fact, could be better than having some individual investment professional who doesn't know what they're doing picking your portfolio. But you darn should disclose that to the person whose money it is.
Right. So they were specifically, according to the whistleblowers here, they were specifically being told not to communicate that to the clients, not to communicate that the process of selecting the investments had changed significantly. And another thing that was really disturbing about it was if the advisors did not go along, or if the people if their clients say they wanted to have some individual positions in their account, the advisors were actually penalized for their clients wanting to hold certain positions in their account that was not part of the algorithm. So,
what does that do? That makes the advisor encourage the client to not hold those positions,
right? Regardless
of if it's in their best interest or not,
right? And early in my career, before I was in this business, I actually went to a company and hired an investment advisor for myself, and what happened? I was actually doing all right. And they put me into their algorithm, and I had certain positions, and they said, no, it really doesn't work right. You really got to get out of these positions and go totally with this portfolio that we're putting you in. And I got talked into it, and I regretted that. I regretted that seriously, because some of the positions I had did very, very well, outperformed what their algorithm was significantly. And it wasn't until I was older and I got to know how this industry really works that I realized what was happening. They just have one set of portfolios, and they define your risk tolerance, and then you
go and see.
You go in this portfolio. Yep. You're conservative, this is your portfolio. You're aggressive, this is your portfolio. And this particular company had 9 different portfolios, and it's a nationwide company that has thousands and thousands of clients.
And what's interesting about that, Bart, is a lot of people might say, well, why would the company do that? And according to internal memos in this Yahoo article, and really I should say according to things I've seen too, it's because the company wants their staff, their advisors, their brokers, the people working there, they want them to be selling.
Right. If
you're managing money, you're not out selling. And just to highlight that fact, in 2013, they started making this change. And one of the things that they basically did is this company used to pay a retention bonus. I actually worked, when I first came into the business, I worked for a company that had a retention bonus. And basically it was the longer you kept a person as a client, kept them happy, taking care of them, you would get a bonus for because they considered acquisition more expensive than retention, right? Well, this company, highlighted in this article, scrapped their retention bonus. Company I used to work for did the same thing. And now all of a sudden the shift became bonuses were on new production, new clients, new assets, new sales. So they've taken away the incentive. And you might say, well, why does someone need an incentive to take care of their clients? They don't need an incentive, but if it becomes disincentivized to take care of your clients, it's very difficult even for a really good financial advisor to operate in that climate where the guy sitting at his desk taking care of his, 150 clients, they all love him. Every day he's got some sales manager standing next to him in his cubicle saying, Paul, you're not bringing in any new business. Haven't seen any new clients coming through the door. I mean, that'll beat the snot out of anybody after a while.
Sure. And he has invested a lot in his career. He's invested a lot in building up this group of clients. And all of a sudden, the compensation for the work that he's doing is being taken away from him.
Right.
And he's being told, if you want to continue to get compensated, if you want to continue working at this company, then you need to get X number of new dollars in assets under management in this time period. And if you don't do that, it's going to affect your livelihood. It's going to affect your ability to take care of your family. And that's putting a lot of undue pressure among somebody, and it's really pressuring them not to make decisions that are in the best interest of their existing clients.
Yeah, exactly. And a perfect example of that is a document that Yahoo provided online showing how compensation worked for an advisor in their private bank group. Now, this is their private bank group. This is a group that handles generally net worths of $5 million plus. Right. So this isn't somebody most likely very unsophisticated. They're targeting, these higher net worth people.
And to be an advisor with this company in the high net worth group in the private banking, you have to have more education, and you have to show that you have the ability to put portfolios together and things like that. So it's a higher level of financial education to be one of those advisors.
So this compensation model for this advisor, who they call IS5, they have an investment goal of $225,000. Now, it's funny that they call it an investment goal. It's basically commissions. Their commissions goal is $225,000. What they do, though, is they break it down over 12 months. In any month they haven't hit 1/12 of $225,000, their compensation is reduced 25% for that month. So
that's huge.
If it's December and everyone's in the holiday spirit, this guy's out on December 20th pounding on his client's doors saying, boy, have I got something for you. Because if he doesn't sell that, he loses 25% of his trailing income. I mean, that's huge.
Right.
And what a horrible structure in which to encourage your advisors to take care of their clients.
Right. In the meantime, this same company is running countless commercials on TV.
Telling you how they've turned over another leaf.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious.
So the whole point of this...
it's hilarious in one sense. It's disgusting in another sense.
The whole point of this is you have to pick who's going to handle your money smartly. You have to pick who's going to be your insurance agent smartly. You have to pick who's going to be your CPA, your estate planning attorney. There are professional salespeople out there right now in all of these industries, and heavily in this industry, encouraging you to buy products that are being pushed down their throats in Monday morning sales meetings. And where it's not happening is in the independent advisor channel. If you don't have an independent financial advisor, then you are already starting out behind, because you're starting out with somebody who is telling you things in your meeting with them that most likely are being dictated from a corporate structure.
Right.
And many times that's not going to probably be in your best interest.
That's right.
So if you like second opinion, give us a call. 888-98-MONEY is the number. Coming up, 4 mistakes IRA investors cannot afford to make right here on the Keeping Your Money Show.